Hey everyone, welcome. So I've done a thing. I've renamed this channel Monty After Dark, which should be my community live streaming so that anybody and everyone can have a chance to say what they got to say about what's happening in the community as well as in the rest of the world. Thank you for joining me. First thing, smash the like button. I'd really appreciate that. We got Great Grebo here with us, so we'd love her to be on panel right now. So I'm adding you, Greg Grebo, and we're going to talk about exactly what's been happening with Chantal. If you don't know, of course, most people, everyone should know she's off YouTube, but she's on OnlyFans as well as Patreon. So let's talk about what's been going on with her. If you haven't seen the live streams, they're not as good as they were on YouTube, and we have a lot to talk about. So let's talk about it. Hello Mo, Out of the Attic, Frank G, Cinderelli, Freedom Convoy 2022, Jenna T, Whimsical, Valovs J, Amber R, Charlotte, hi there. We also have Frank G, Normev, Kelly Wade, Alex K, Desiree, Debbie 08, Fupa Fopa, Money Money, Eden Bainbridge, hello, Martyr Carmaven, welcome. Indy, hello there. Chantal's Money. Killer Kowalski, thanks for being up late with me. Openly Avoidant. We got Rage Against the Fupa. Love that play on words. Barbara, the Nail Pusher. Hey there. Charlotte, Lolo FC. Fatso, Ariana S, Alex K, Frankie, Sarian Thompson, Lynn Smith, Sweet Soto, and everybody else. Thanks for joining me. Damn Kate, Amt, Amy, welcome, Honey Bunny, Julie S, and everybody else. Let's add Gregory Bo. Gregory Bo, you're ready. You're on. You are.
Hey,
Hello.
I had
What's
to
up?
I had to cover my window because I'm hiding in the bathroom. Nobody ever wants to talk to me until I have something to do. All of a sudden, everybody wants to talk to me, so I'm
Ah,
hiding in the bathroom.
I see. Well, welcome to the panel. We're gonna see if Buddha wanted to join. Loopy Star, Sweet Soto, Jigma. Hello, everybody. Bobby Patrick, K. Marie, Beth Davidson. Hello, hello, hello. Kim, Possible. What's up, Ennis, Chrissy D. Whimsical Mimsy, hello there. If you want to join the panel, just tell me or give me a heads up and I'll give you the link. So what I want to talk about, we can start anywhere really. Is just that now the whole rescinding of the charges, it's now back on because she allegedly went to the police station and Didi was there. Like, what is that about? Did you know about that, Gregory Ball?
Um, so I've been helping people snipe. So yeah, I've been keeping track of this. She's, because she started this OnlyFans. People are paying for OnlyFans, and all of a sudden, oh, I can't go live on OnlyFans. And she suddenly said, oh, I'll go stream on Patreon, which was weird because you can't just set a Patreon up real quickly. So I suspect she already had it in the works. But yeah, she was she was saying that she went to the police station and Dee Dee was there.
Yeah,
And yeah, and so she was streaming earlier on today on OnlyFans, and she was literally going on about it. It had nothing to do with SA or anything. It was, I'll show you, you're still with her. And the SA allegations really were almost like an afterthought. It was, mm,
exactly.
I have some thoughts.
Exactly. Very true. So yeah, coincidentally, Dee Dee is at the same station at the police station the same time she's there. Like, why would Dee
Yeah,
Dee be there? I don't get that. It makes it
yeah,
seem as if it's too coincidental. Of all
yeah,
days,
yeah,
of all times,
yeah.
Dee Dee's there.
It
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 really
kind
doesn't make
of
any
makes
sense.
me wonder if this whole conversation didn't actually happen like over chat, or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she's embellishing. I just can't see a cop taking, and like I said, I'm not a cop, taking time out of her day and then she's there, and like they would let the alleged perpetrator's girlfriend interact with her. That's not how the legal system works, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah, it's so yeah, it's really sus, and
For
it's a little
sure.
too coincidental, and I think she's being hyperbolic, and she was. she was going to drop the charges, and then she found out supposedly Dee Dee's been here this whole time. And to paraphrase, it was, I'll show you, I'll show you. And
Exactly.
that's not how SA works. That's not how DV works. She's sounding very, very stalker
Yeah.
like bunny boiling, kicking your door. And she's really mad, like Dee Dee's been there the whole time, and I am not standing for Nader. The guy is a scumbag, but I
Right.
can see why he may have told her that Dee Dee left, because Chantal literally wouldn't stop, like wouldn't
Right.
stop calling, she just wouldn't stop. And so, maybe for Dee Dee's sanity, he just said, she's not here. And so, and now Chantal's trying to say that those shoes were Dee Dee's, not hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
the purple bag, that's Dee Dee's big ass purple
Yeah,
bag.
yeah.
Like
So,
they're pulling a fast one on her. That Dee Dee
yeah.
was there the entire time. She never left.
Hmm.
And she caught her and she caught Nader. And Nader was also trying to manipulate her
Hmm.
into not only rescinding the charges but
Yeah,
recording her
yeah.
saying certain things
Yes.
that he can
It,
use to get the charges dropped.
Lynn Smith says, I do believe he abused her. Look what happened with FFG. And I'm gonna second that. I do believe that Nader coerced her into doing things she didn't want to do. I 1,000% believe that. And I'll just say, as a woman, that happens. That happens a lot, especially, and even if you're a very strong woman, it can happen. And so I'm not saying things didn't happen, but she's using these things as a weapon against him, and by the most strictest definition, yeah, it was SA. It really was. But
Yeah.
the way she's couching these terms and the way she's using it is disgusting, because if he was to take her back tomorrow, she would recant everything. And then I can tell you, I will speak on behalf of women, that a true SA survivor that something like that's happened to is not going to recant it because the abuser takes them back. That is not how it works.
Exactly.
So it's disgusting. And he's a scumbag, but I feel she's a bigger scumbag, because it's because of women like her that when a woman speaks up, the first thing they get asked, well, what were you wearing? How much did you have to drink?
Mm-hmm.
Did you send him naked photos? I mean, that you instantly have to defend yourself, and that's
Yeah.
wrong.
Very true. Very, very true. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot going on here
Yeah.
with the whole situation that a
Hmm.
lot of people aren't seeing, because what she's doing is she's streaming on the $50 Patreon tier.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Well,
people cannot afford that.
she only did that once. So
Yeah.
what she did is, and they brutalized her in the comments, just like, I'll just summarize it as Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. And so, she doubled the price. So originally it was $9.99 for OnlyFans, and then within 10 minutes of her deciding she was going to go live on OnlyFans, she doubled the price. It's now
Yeah.
$20. And then when she started the Patreon, it was originally $5. And within 3 to 5 minutes of her not being able to stream on OnlyFans and say, I'm going to stream on Patreon, the price doubled. And then she
Wow.
added that $50 tier. So
Yeah.
she has done most of her lives either on OnlyFans or on Patreon. The thing is Patreon, you don't live stream on Patreon. You have to use something called Crowdcast to live stream. Patreon is for pre-recorded stuff. It's not really a live streaming platform. So she's having to use something called Crowdcast. Well, you
Hmm.
get a free 30 minutes from Crowdcast, and after that you have to pay. So Chantal paid $50 for 10 hours worth of live streaming on Patreon. She did that yesterday. She has already burned through almost 6 hours of that. She got a maximum of 48 people watching her today on it.
Yeah.
but one of the biggest problems, sorry, is that, and just interrupt any time, is she's not announcing on OnlyFans and she's not announcing on Patreon. What she's doing is she's going to Twitter and saying, oh, I'm going live on OnlyFans. And when that doesn't work out, she then goes live on the crowdcast, but she's not announcing it on her Patreon page, even though the Patreon peoples have paid for this right to watch it. She's not
Exactly.
announcing it there. And then the OnlyFans, she keeps saying OnlyFans isn't working. I call bullshit. OnlyFans is working just fine. I think the problem is for Chantal is she likes to bees and she likes to live stream from her phone. You can't do that with OnlyFans. You have to be at your computer. So, but she can't get tips when she live streams on the crowdcast. You know, she's not announcing on Patreon, but there are no tips. She's getting a maximum of 48 people watching her. Her stream she was doing earlier while she was sitting in that restaurant, she only had like 11 people in there watching her. That was once
Yeah.
again that crowdcast. Her OnlyFans, she's getting a few more people. It's getting up to the 60, 70 mark, but sorry, I'm just trying to explain to everybody. And so her VIBs are not the most technologically savvy individuals, so she's not announcing it on either platform. She's going to Twitter, and then she's announcing, oh, I'm going live here, and she's not doing it. And what I've watched over the last 24 hours is the number of views she's getting is going downhill. And I think it's frustration because people cannot figure
Yeah.
out where to go. Most people are not familiar that Crowdcast is the streaming service you use when you want to stream on Patreon. It's it's
Exactly.
it's confusing for people. So sorry I went on this whole rant, but I know what I'm doing, and it's literally been a nightmare to
For sure.
keep up with it. So there you go, everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
So pretty much she wants people to pay for both services, for
Yeah.
Patreon and for
Yes.
OnlyFans. Buddha, you're live. When you're ready to speak, unmute yourself and you'll be fine. All right,
Hi,
Buddha, you're
Buddha.
live. Hi. Perfect Coffee. Hello. How are you doing? All right, we'll wait for Buddha to be okay and to speak. Other than that, we're going to answer some
Yeah.
questions here. So, I did do a recap of what's been happening because it's taking me a lot of time because she's doing the same thing she was doing on YouTube, streaming. She wants to go to Dubai and bees. She's going to spending the weekend with family and be catching up on her messages because she's got to figure out her situation. Um, the whole what was happening with her videos. The detective in charge of the case said that he couldn't do anything about the charges because when she went to drop or rescind the charges,
Yeah.
she's saying that the detective couldn't do anything about it and that it's now up to the crown to
It's
continue or drop
it's
the
the
case.
same. It's in most states if there's an SA or a DV allegation, because so many people recant. Realistically, once you've reported, a lot of the time, even if the cops show up and a spouse is beating the tar out of another spouse, even if neither one of them want to press charges, a lot of places have an
Hmm.
automatic that the prosecuting attorney or whatever it is will forward the charges.
Yeah, exactly. So it's now not up to her, but it's
Yeah.
strange that I was saying that and you were saying that. Now she is saying that. What are the odds? And she's saying it almost verbatim as how we were saying it before. But you know what? That's neither here or there. Let's just go with that narrative that okay, the charges are back on.
And
So when they
she
make
might
up,
she might just be parroting the things she's heard reaction channels say. That's the thing with Chantal. She is such a liar, and we all know that she's a sponge because all her stories are pieces of every Lifetime movie and bad rom-com
yeah,
from the 90s. So how much of what she's regurgitating is fact and how much is fabrication?
yep, exactly. You want to say something, Buddha?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
How's it going?
I
I
love
guess
your hair. It's so awesome. That looks
yes.
Yes,
great.
I just
Yeah.
cut it.
That looks
Oh,
great.
okay, I
It's
see.
good.
Hey,
Thank
Sodiums,
you.
evening, everybody. Just join us right now. Smash the like button. All right, what did you have to say, Buddha?
Um, I, I'm actually quite surprised at how little this seems to have has affected her day-to-day life. I thought her channel being canceled would be way more of a big deal. She's
Hmm.
still streaming, bullshitting, going on about Nader. I'm a little bit behind because I don't have that steady Monty all day to keep me in the loop. So I don't know what she's
Right.
saying, but I just watched her video and then I watched it a second time because I wasn't paying attention the first time because I'm a bakehead. I
Hmm.
have to watch them a couple times sometimes, but it's. I'm so glad you're live because I want to talk about this. I don't. Do we believe that this is actually happening in this case, or is she just going
Yeah,
on?
it's and that's just it. Like as a woman who has experience with things, I am I'm on the fence at this point, but she's really not. It's just not making sense. It's just not making sense to me. And like I said, it's I'm just wondering how much of this she's doing because she needs the drama, she needs the chaos. She has,
Yeah.
it's like drug use. Your tolerance goes up until you need more and more, and she has got her channel to this point where, short of her assassinating, the prime minister of, blah blah blah. Just kidding, YouTube. But you know what I mean, something drastic. It's nothing. It's like watching paint dry. And so she's and all day today, if you looked at her eyes, she was messed up all day. Last night that was not just marijuana. That was like her drug use is excellent. You guys know what I'm saying. Words are
Yeah.
hard. It's been a long day, man.
Drug use has increased over
Yes.
time.
Yeah, and
Her
she's
tolerance has increased.
yeah, she's hammered on that crowdcast right now, just blah blah blah, and just going on and on.
Hmm.
The one
I
thing
think she's lying though.
Hmm.
I find it kind of crazy that she has all these different platforms now that she has different prices for, and I don't know if this is going to work for her or not, because it might, because there are people who are having to sub to
Hmm.
these different levels just to keep up,
Yeah,
so it's kind of like
Yeah.
yeah.
she's
Her the audience in those if the audience you read the comments, there's not a lot, but there people are basically whiskey tango foxtrot. I paid for this and now I need this. You're not announcing.
Yeah.
I think she got one person to sign up for the $50 tier, and she did a real quick stream this morning. But and it's not just the money for her. She earlier when she left the restaurant, and so she was streaming in this restaurant, there was all this background noise and it was just terrible audio, like,
Yeah.
and can you imagine sitting at the table next to her and watching this, capsized planet with a mouth ambidextrously overeating while yelling into her phone while you're trying to enjoy your dinner. And so there was this background noise, but when she was walking out, she looked, she goes, 58, like, oh, and then she tried to act happy, like, oh, 58 people are watching me. But her initial reaction was, only 58 people are here. I'm
Right.
putting on this entire show. It's not going to work for her. I'm just doing the math. So, um, let's say I think you can see how many quote unquote beezers she had. And so at like, we were figuring it out at $10. There were something like 80 beezers, so that's $800. And let's say she gets 100 people on OnlyFans, that's 2,000. So right there, that's gross 2,800 a month. There aren't super chats, and then you take away the 20% for OnlyFans, and I'm
Yeah.
sure Patreon. So you do the math as it's sitting right now. Let's just double it. Let's say she got 200 people on OnlyFans.
She actually
So
said she's got close to about 500. So I'm not
okay,
sure if that's
so
true.
I'm really bad at math, and I don't have that many fingers or toes. So hold on, go ahead and laugh at Grebo. I'm great with biology. So 500 times, and so she's charging $19.99 initially. But what happens is if you don't automatically renew, you get an offer for, hey, subscribe for another month of OnlyFans, and it's only $9.99 a month. So
Oh,
desperation,
I
yeah,
didn't. Okay, I see.
yeah. So
Well, what
so
happens?
initially for the first month, that would be about $10,000. But you figure, let's say everybody, let's say all 500 of those OnlyFans people stuck around for the second month. Let's just pretend, okay? Um, that right there is now down to $4,909, $5,000, and that's before the 20% that OnlyFans takes out.
Mhm.
OnlyFans takes 20%, 20%, 20, 20, 20. That's 1,000 off. So we're down to $4,000 a month plus her 800. So if you do the math, and her rent is, what'd she say, 1,795 a month. So if you do the math, um, mm, okay, Grebo will shut up. Uh, I can only
So
take so much stupid in one day, and then I can't. I
what
lose it.
I want to know is she keeps changing the prices. So are people stuck at that amount, or will it change every month? Like what's happening with that?
Well, right now the renewal on OnlyFans is $9.99, but the deal is I believe I was started to read through the terms of service. Oh my God, it's like eating sand. But it seems like if you have an auto renew, you can auto renew for the price you signed up for. But if you don't, and I could be wrong, but either way, I just know when you're signed up for OnlyFans, if Foodie Beauty doubles the price and you let it renew, you will pay that new price. Like
Really?
yeah, you don't have any control over it. So if it auto renews, you'll just pay that new price. So if you signed up at $9.99 a month and 2 days before your renewal, she triples it and you have it on auto renew, you'll pay the triple. So
Oh, that's a dirty move.
yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Openly avoidant says Monty, social mental health warrior for justice. Thank you, openly avoidant. That's dirty. Jenny's saying there's 550 on OnlyFans and 220 on Patreon. Really?
So there, let me see. So let's say 550 on OnlyFans, and quite a few of those people were there before she upped it to the 1999. So let's say, because she got a whole bunch of new people. So let's
Yeah.
be conservative. Let's say 200 were already there at 9.99. That's 1,998. Round up to 2,000. Plus, let's say she got, was that 300, did I say? No, 200.
Hmm.
So let's say she got 300 new at the 19.99 equals, um, oh God, that doesn't look right. Hold on, I'm a moron. So that's 2,000. So 300 times, I'm just going to round up to 20. That's 6,000 plus 2,000. So that's up to 8,000. So she's at about $8,000 a month on
That's pretty
OnlyFans
good.
for the first month. But you have to remember the $6,000 she raked in for those 300 new OnlyFans people, that's getting half next month because it's only $9.99 to renew. So that 8,000 this month now goes down to it's only 5,000 next month because she's going to lose half of that money because you sign up for OnlyFans, $20 a month. The second month, it's only $10 a month. So
Yeah.
the initial $6,000 goes down to 3,000. So her $8,000 she got between OnlyFans, for OnlyFans is now down to $5,000.
Mhm.
And yeah, Patreon, that doesn't even count. That's,
Yeah.
and that's before taxes. So let's be generous and say she gets $8,000 every month, which we all know that's bullshit. Well, when OnlyFans takes their 20% out of the gross, that's 1,600 off of the top. So that $8,000, which I'm going to call bullshit, she's not going to make that much every month, is down to $6,400. And then you add in the 600 she gets. And once again, the Patreon number I'm throwing in, $700-800, that's before Patreon takes their money. Um, so let's just round it up to $7,000 and let's subtract her $1,795 rent. She's down to $5,205. What'd she say her electricity bill was last month? It's been cold, so let's just say it's 200 because she
Uh,
turns off lights and cares. So
was it 200 or was it like 3 or 4? I can't
she
remember. I
said it
think it
was
was like
almost
300 or something or 4.
300 and
Yeah.
something. So so yeah, the 8th. So I will have it just to be kind. So I'll say, let's say her electricity bill is only 200 this month. She's now down to $600. How much is her car payment? Let's say it's what,
We have
250?
I wouldn't think so. She had bad credit at the time, and she probably
So
takes any deal
so
ahead.
350 maybe, because
More like 4 to 500, I would say.
okay, so we'll say 400. So we're now down to, she's down to $5,600. Fuel for driving around, a couple $100 a month, and that's being generous.
Didn't she just get a payday loan?
Something like that. People are saying that.
Yeah, how much is the payment every month for Nader's
Nader's
iPad?
pad? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
That's
I wouldn't have any
brutal.
idea.
Yeah, let's
Let's
just
pay
say
Maybe 100
50.
bucks.
Yeah, and let's say how much do you think the minimum she has to pay to keep that credit card going? Let's say that's 125. I'm being super conservative here. Their water bill, which isn't included, if it's anything like our do you see what I'm saying? Like, and with
Yeah, she's gonna be drowning, is what
yeah,
you were saying.
yeah,
Somebody asked about the GoFundMe. I don't think GoFundMe is gonna work for her because as soon as she puts it up, it's gonna be flagged and it's gonna be
yeah.
taken down.
You,
It's happened to
you
so many people.
yeah, you have to show need. You
Yeah.
have to show genuine need. And being a drug addicted train wreck who is unemployed by choice, you know.
Yeah, very true. So yeah, so there's a lot to factor in with all of this. I still think it's a dirty move to, having people do $10 on OnlyFans and $10 on Patreon. She doesn't
Yeah.
understand that our audience is very don't have that kind of money to
Yeah.
spend, especially in a pandemic when there's a war and the gas prices are through the roof.
Yeah.
It's like her thought process is so out there that she cannot comprehend that people don't have $50 to give her every month on Patreon.
She's just not been, like I said, she's been so spoiled that it just, it's like she all of a sudden doubled the price of not only her OnlyFans, but the Patreon, and it's she's an idiot. I'll just say that, because how many people have signed up for something like, you're like, yeah, I'll pay $2 a month, and you just forget about it because it's so trivial. You don't want to go through the nightmare trying to cancel it. And so it's, it's so if you get 10,000 people to give you $1, that's so much better than getting 50 people to give you 100. It's just, it's, and so she's assured that people will sign up, my opinion, this is preface this with my opinion, people will sign up out of curiosity, but there is no way in hell that they are going to continue paying these astronomical costs when she is not providing anything. She's not even announcing these streams. She's all over the place. It's just the novelty is quickly wearing off.
Exactly. And that's why people are complaining. Buddha, you have anything to add?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're at the tipping point of a new arc with her, and I think that right now she doesn't quite see the long-term repercussions of what's happening here financially, as well as if this case is happening. With my history with putting in a complaint with the Calgary with the police department about a member, I know what they have to do to look into it. So if this is happening, then there's a ball rolling, and it smells. Anyway, to me it smells, but I don't know. I'm a judgmental bitch, right? So
yeah. But Buddha, as a woman, just your gut reaction as a woman.
Fake.
Are you smelling something rotten in Denmark? Like, it's just.
It smells like, well, I'm a
Yeah.
recovering borderline, man. I did
Yeah.
DBT. I used to be a psycho bitch. Like when I
Oh.
look at Chantal, and that's how I found Chantal, is that I used to be, when I was way young, this
Hmm.
crazy, wild, um, hysterical, jumping out of cars and
Hmm.
swinging on people. And
Hmm.
I
Oh,
used to.
really? Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, BPD is no joke, but the thing
I
is with
can grow.
BPD is, yeah, BPD, it's like either you get on top of it or it gets so much worse that it will ruin your life, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it comes down to skills. But I tell you
Yeah.
this, she's riding some kind of pink cloud right now, and she
Hmm.
doesn't quite understand that within 90 days or maybe 120 days from now, she might be broke, like sleeping on DLF's couch.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's
Right?
it's true. It's like she thinks she's staying high, and like so you add the BPD and then you add the addict on top of it. Because I know something about addicts, and I'm just telling you, and you just watch her, and you're just like, I've seen this movie before, and you're not.
Mhm.
But she has said all. If you've listened to her over the last day and a half, she keeps waxing poetic about YouTube. Like, well, my channel, like you can tell that somewhere inside of her brain, she knows that what she's making isn't going to cut it. And
Very true.
yeah, like she knows she has to pay $50 for 10 hours of streaming on Patreon because she is too lazy or defiant, or I don't even know what the word is, to do pre-records. I just
I think it's a bit of both.
yeah, I guess she needs the validation, because it's just become and like I said, I'm not a BPD expert. Would you say that she's just become used to, attention is attention and she now needs that attention?
Well, she's literally said that she likes the
Yeah.
attention, she needs it. But let me
Yeah.
answer this. Gats for says the reason she won't stream on OnlyFans at night is because OnlyFans won't allow her to stream high. They don't want the image of junkie sex workers on their site. Okay.
Oh, so if you look messed up, then if I haven't read their terms of service, so it must be if you look foobar, then don't do it because they don't want
Yeah.
to see somebody high flashing the tatas. That
Very
makes
good
sense.
point, Gats. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's BPD? Borderline personality
Hmm.
disorder. Hey,
Yeah.
Azak Kebab, what's up? Yeah, so that
Hi,
totally makes so much
hi,
sense.
whimsical Mimsy. How's Jupiter? I'm
Yeah,
saying
so
hi to
that
somebody.
that is why she did it in the morning, but she wasn't doing it at night. That makes a whole
Yeah.
lot of sense.
Yeah. I was wondering too. I was wondering, like, I don't get it. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense,
Yeah,
I'm here
And
for
so,
this arc, the spiraling down arc. I think there's a lot of learning to be had at the next 2 months for us
mhm,
and for her,
mhm.
because there's going to be a real acceleration, I think, of her decline, and we're all going to see it, and
Uh,
it's going to
yeah.
be a moment for
I'm
her.
wondering if she's not going to throw it out there. Hey, I need more time on Crowdcast. Will somebody buy me a 10-hour block? I'm curious if she's now
maybe
going to
she
start
will.
asking her VI Beezers or VI Bidiots or whatever they are. Will you buy this for me? And they're like, sure, but we want to see you stream and doing all, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
they're the ones that got her to go report at the police. They're the ones that wound her up and got her to go on Omegle, which got her channel yanked, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
so, yeah.
very true.
I think she's just going to end up with I think she's going to find someone to save her, like she seems to do. And I think she's going to find one of her beezers, and they're just going to become, the sugar daddy type. And she's just going to have to show more fupa.
Mhm.
And she seems to be getting more and more comfortable with using her body in a very degrading way to get money, to get food,
Yeah.
to get views, to get
She's
laughs.
showing
She's
her
there already.
boobs
Yeah, the random tit
online
flashes.
for money. Like that is, if that's not
Yeah.
degradation and just, it's, you know, it. And remember when we were joking? I can remember this crowd. We were joking just a few months ago. Yeah, one of these days she's going to be showing her boobs online for money. Ha ha. And here we are. Shocking.
And
She's
it's not even
also
empowering. It's just
Yeah.
she's also doing the random boob flashes on
Mhm.
Patreon and OnlyFans to thwart the stream snipers. Did you see that? It's like
social
boob
media
flash.
too.
Yeah. Except for she goes, should I do it? Should I do it? Look away, guys. If you don't want to see this, look away. So anybody that's sniping could be like, okay, and we're back.
Yeah.
Good job, Chantal. Good job. Just
So watch out, folks. You're gonna have a pair of titties in your face if you're not careful
So-
enough.
here's
Clap,
something
clap,
to
realness.
talk about. What do you think Pete's is doing? Because like last night, Pete's laid on her bed all last night. It's almost like he was babysitting her so she didn't screw it up. He helped her set up the Patreon. She kept leaning over and saying, right, Pete's? And it was like he was the one helping her get the links and stuff posted, and he didn't move. He laid there all night, almost like he was babysitting. I don't know. Like, do you think he's stressed because this is his place to live too, you know?
I think they are stressed. Like Peace was on live. I didn't watch it because there's so much content to absorb now. Because Natty Daddy has been live 4 times in 10 hours, and it's like I think he's still live right now, and it's just too much to absorb with her streaming, him doing it 4 times in 10 hours, and we got Roman streaming as well. It's like.
Yep.
It's way too much for me right now. So I'll stick to
It's
Chantal. I'll do DLF. I'll maybe do Nader here and there. But right now he's live and there's only 70 people watching him. I
Nader
remember.
or
Yeah,
Roman?
Nader. 70 people right now. I just checked. He only has
Wow.
70 people watching him at this moment. I remember in December, the height, he had 2,000 people on that first 5-hour live stream where he kept on ranting for hours on end.
Mhm.
If anybody remembers that, I believe it was the Tuesday, December 15th.
Yep.
I think it was.
The
I'm gonna
dates.
look.
Look at that, Monty. Cruz.
Yeah, right. I have the days. Shave the
Well-
head, January 19th. Breakup, big
Right.
fight, December 27th.
Right now, as we speak, Chantal has exactly 64 people watching her in the crowdcast. 64
Okay.
people. And that's the one she does through Patreon, even though she didn't announce it on Patreon, and she
Mhm.
didn't. So 64 people, and this is the highest view count she's gotten.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Natty's got 70 people. It's like, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. I really think these guys are just rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. It's going down.
It
But-
is.
Agree.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. It's going to be good watching, I think.
Oh,
It's gonna
yeah.
be good drama.
Yeah.
It's going to be a shakeup.
Right,
It's just-
exactly.
I think
It's
it's nice to
stupid.
watch until this is a moment for her. Maybe I don't know. I try not to be a judgmental bitch, but
Oh, I
maybe
do. I'll
she'll
do it
get-
for you.
I mean, I'm really good at it, and I'm a
Yeah.
dog trainer, and
It's
so,
a skill that I have. Judgmental.
But I'm trying. I'm a Buddhist,
Yeah.
and I do think that
Yeah.
maybe she'll hit major rock bottom. She'll be doing titty flashes for $50 on Patreon, and she'll just go, "What the hell am I doing with my life?" Maybe like there's always that
Yeah.
tiny chance. Am I still too new to Chantal to
Yeah.
still have that optimism?
How long have you been watching her?
About 2 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
She'll burn that out of like I said, I think she'll burn it out of you. You know, bless you for yeah. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, hoping, because, you know, there's always that chance, but
Yeah.
it's I don't think she's self-aware enough. Like,
No.
she is so defiant, and she is so, and everybody can say what they want. Chantal said many times she had no trauma as a child. Once again, my opinion, Chantal strikes me as somebody that was never told no growing up. Like, I'm sure there was guilt by her mother. Once again, I'm guessing because her dad wasn't around. So I'll love you enough
Yeah.
for both parents. And then grandma, ooh, grandkids. So, and all these tics that people, you say Chantal has, tics and stuff. Okay, I have Tourette's. If you watch me, I tick and wiggle, and that's why I'm animated when I talk, because if I just sit here calmly, my tics really show. So when I do this, I can hide my tics. But the stuff Chantal does, and she even said, it was back in like March 2017 where the shh, I said shh, and all that stuff where she repeats things twice. She said her grandmother used to say things and repeat them twice. So Chantal started doing it to mock her. And so when she does these weird little isms or sayings that she does, a lot of it was her mocking, her grandmother is, and this is just what she said. And so I don't even know where I was going with that. My point is, Chantal strikes me as somebody that was spoiled rotten and was never told no. And now she's this 38-year-old train wreck that just cannot abide by being told no. And then you bring that into Nader telling her no. I just think it drove her over the edge. Like, she cannot deal with it. I don't know.
I think that maybe I hope that at some point, because she is still kind of young, like when I watch her, like I'm 43 and I got my shit together, but I used to be crazy bitch. And so because I know where I am now, I think maybe, and she's still young to me, but or she's gonna crash and burn, and she's just gonna leave this weird legacy behind where all she did was destruct in front of people, destruct people
Mm-hmm.
around her, and she's this swirling cesspool of like toilet water that just sucks everything around her into the abyss. Like, sorry, the indica got me, but seriously though, like, I feel bad enjoying her, but also because I'm on this recovery journey, I'm all like taken from it. And I'm like, what can I learn from this? Don't do what she does, you know?
There are so many times where, like, I don't feel like doing something, and it's like, because I've recently moved, it's like things are getting done just because I look at Chantal and I so desperately don't want to be like her. And so she's very motivational, very motivational.
The precautionary whale.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate to
Don't,
put it that way, but
yeah,
I heard
it's
it
true.
somewhere.
She's a mess. She just ended that broadcast she had going too, but she was hammered beyond belief in that one.
Was she
Just
banned on Twitch? Does anybody know? Cause
she's not banned on Twitch, but I can tell you right now that she wouldn't survive not even a second on Twitch. They are so um yeah, she wouldn't survive on Twitch. They're not going to put up with the drug use. They're not going to put up with the flashing. They're pretty and the other thing is what I've noticed is she can't make money streaming on Twitch. Like, there's no money to be had for her. So it's like, because people keep saying, well, why don't you stream on Instagram? And somebody pointed out she probably doesn't want to stream on Instagram because there's no money in it for her. Like,
exactly.
she's
Yeah, it's twofold, right? She has to make money off getting the attention, is really
mhm,
the bottom line.
yep.
Hi there, Holana. She got someone else banned with the flashy mean oh my lardy from last
Yeah.
night. That was with the quickness. Those algorithms don't play on Twitch because I
Oh,
saw that in real
well,
time. She just went flash, and then 2 minutes later, oh my lardy,
gone.
banned.
Yeah. Did everybody see the tweet on Twitter she put to YouTube, the one that says, at YouTube team, can you explain why my channel was terminated without warning for being targeted for bullying and harassment by reaction channels and their audiences? I did the appeal and haven't heard yet. It was mass striked and taken down. I'll message every day. And YouTube team responded at Foodie Beauty OG to clarify it's possible for a channel to be suspended without warnings if there's a single violation of severe abuse. More here. There's a link to one of their pages. Since you've already submitted an appeal, we recommend waiting for its results so that you're guided on your next steps. That's what they said, you know?
Yeah, reality is coming. It's sinking in. What are the
Hey
odds she'll
guys,
get her channel back? I think um
I have to
next to
get
none.
going.
No problem,
Sorry.
Buddha.
I'm gonna listen, but I got 6 dogs in the house.
Yeah,
So
no
one of them
worries.
wants all the loves and hugs and
All
just
right, nice
decided
seeing
to
you again. Bye,
I love
Buddha.
your hairdo. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And I owe you all dressed chips. You have to let me know.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I will. Yeah, yeah.
All
I
right,
need
I'll
all
see you
dressed
again.
chips.
Yes,
All right, bye,
I'll hook
Buddha.
you up.
All right, take
Bye.
care. All right, if anybody else wants to come up on the panel and wants to talk, the link is given in the chat right now. We got 278 people watching. Please smash that like button. I would
Buddha
really
is
appreciate it.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Like goals. I want to look like her.
For sure. So, what else is there to talk? We talked about the post station with Dee Dee randomly being there at the same time she is there at the police station. Then Dee Dee wanted to speak to her about the ongoing situation and charges with Nader, and that the detective can't do anything about the charges because the Crown has the charges and they will decide whether or not to drop or whether to continue.
And
She was talking
did
about
you
Nader.
hear Chantal today when she was driving around on her, I think it was her OnlyFans stream? She flat out said the full name of where Dee Dee works.
Yeah, exactly. She
Like
did.
just,
But she doesn't
and
care.
yeah, and she keeps saying Charlie Gold's channel. Yeah, you guys should go report that. And even though she's not saying this on YouTube, does she think this won't get back to the YouTube people who are reviewing her case that she is trying to turn her now much smaller audience, saying, go report this channel? Like, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, she kept on saying it over and over and over again. So she's practically doxed both of them. She doxed Nader in upstate New York when she was mad in the 18 or the 4-minute stream. And then, yeah, she's now doxed Dee Dee. And yeah, what else is she going to do? She also doxed Delphine by saying Delphine's last name with
Yeah.
a publicly available Facebook where
And
she has pictures of her kid from
Yep.
back in the day. It's
And
egregious what she's doing.
Chantal said something like, and he supposedly abused Delphine or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
yes, she
she
did.
throws it in there like, okay, this woman is not here to even defend herself, and
Yeah.
it's vile. And I keep
Mhm.
using that word with her, but it is vile that you would bring up somebody that like that. It's just
Yeah, she can't speak for herself.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
disgusting behavior. Plus she was saying that now the detective wants her to produce evidence that Nader has been in contact with her against his restrictions to get him into more trouble.
Yeah, and she keeps saying like, oh, I can talk to him, but he can't talk to me. I'm pretty sure it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it kind of will work
Yeah.
both ways because there will be
Yeah.
tons of people pulling that all the time
Yeah.
where they get into another fight. Oh, well, he's been talking to me for 2 months or
Mhm.
2 weeks or 2 days. Get him, guys. He's not supposed to do that. But
Yeah.
you were also talking to him as well. So, it works both ways. Hey, Crab Apples, welcome. Yeah, you could say that Sodium's very vindictive to her situation and not taking any responsibility. At least Chantal say, hey, I screwed up. I shouldn't have been on Omegle. I should have done what a lot of people were telling me to do and get away from that site. I was stubborn, and this is a lesson for me to learn and for me to move on.
And the way she just continued to talk about it, like, oh, I saw somebody's wiener, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it was probably a child. Your best bet would be, I I made a mistake. I should not have done that. And if I
Yes.
offended anybody, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. You know, when
Mhm.
it comes to CP or even alleged CP or even inadvertent CP, people have no tolerance for it. It's gross. And
Exactly.
to pretend it wasn't your fault, it's not like children sit around waiting for you to show up, Chantal, so they can flash themselves. No, that's not what happened. You know, she did this to herself and she's not sorry.
Exactly. So true.
Yeah,
If anybody
but
wants to come up on the panel, the link is in the chat. Yeah, she doesn't take accountability whatsoever. So we shall see what happens in the next month when people get fed up with actively paying for something. Because one thing I wanted to bring up that I've been bringing up is YouTube is very different from OnlyFans and Patreon, where YouTube you don't have to spend money to watch content. You can just watch the
mhm,
ads.
yep,
So you're pretty much um, watching ads and viewing content or consuming content. Other
mhm,
platforms you have to pay up front.
mhm,
So there's some people who don't have $5 or $10 or $20 or $50
yep.
to give monthly to a creator, and that is why YouTube really works because you don't have to upfront pay all that money.
It's
Because
a pay as you
yeah,
go. Like I'm
exactly.
watching this and then I will watch this and it's a give and take. Chantal keeps saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And she's not providing the content. And so even when she is going, you know, live on this crowdcast, she's not even announcing it on the platform
Mm-hmm.
for the people. She's announcing it on Twitter. And you know, like Twitter is, I'm sorry for people that use Twitter. It's like I don't use it. I use it for DMs.
Yeah.
It's a sewer. And so I think it probably at least I saw so many comments of people saying,
Thank
I
you.
don't have Twitter. I don't use Twitter. Can you please post it on Patreon? And she cannot be bothered. Um, she
Yeah.
can't be bothered.
Just
And
laziness.
yeah,
Openly
and
avoidant. You're
yeah,
on. Go ahead,
I
Gregory
openly
Ball.
avoidant.
You can unmute openly. Hi there.
I'm so embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed?
Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hola.
So
Hello.
I just wanted to say hi. I just popped I did just pop it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to say hi. So hi.
Okay,
That's
well,
cool.
hello.
And
I invite.
thank you, Monty, for being amazing. I hope my sarcasm and witty sense of humor. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Your
It's
witty
something.
repartee is appreciated.
Thank you. That's all I want to hear. Really. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna go. Anyway, it's been a day. I love you guys. Frenchie, I still love you. Don't fucking don't. Just talk to me, damn it. Okay? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Monty. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go.
All right. Bye openly. Take care.
I love you guys. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Dre, you're on. What's up?
Hello.
Hello,
Can y'all
Dre.
hear me?
We can hear you good.
Okay, good. Good. Look, like I said, this whole situation with Chantal is very just like it's infuriating only because of the fact that it's just like I mean, I'm pretty sure for the most part, we as the internet, we know what Omegle is, right? We
Yeah.
know
Mhm.
what Omegle is. And like, I mean, I've been on the internet since like I was 16 and I'm 30 years old. Okay. Hey,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
so I even know what Omegle is. And like Great was saying, when it comes to CP or anything dealing in that nature, it's like, girl, like she has next to no well, like just to hear her smugness being like, oh, it was an accident. Oh, I didn't mean to. Like, okay, so someone in that on your channel, Erie Pepperoni, actually uploaded a video where you can see where she was talking to minors, and she asked one of the minors to quote unquote show bobs, basically saying like
Really?
show boobs, like
Yeah. Yeah.
jokingly with one of
Yeah.
the
I
minors.
remember that. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
And I'm
because you
like,
know Bob's there that she
you don't
used
talk to
terms. Yep, that were known
yeah, like you
words.
you don't talk
Mhm.
to minors like that. And it's just like, I mean, we don't have What's it? Oh, hey, Lauren. Hi. Hi. Look, I'm surprised everyone said hello to me. Hi. Look, I'm just, it's so infuriating because I'm like, girl, like, I'm pretty sure we all remember when the whole COPPA situation was happening with YouTube. They really cut down hard when it comes to minors and what you can do with minors on this platform. So
Yeah.
for her to just sit here and to be he's so oblivious, once again, she's so oblivious to how the world works and how the world around her works, because if she would have paid attention around the time when COPPA was going on and how the whole landscape of YouTube changed after that, you can't just do anything and everything with minors. You can't just have nudity on this, because there was a big problem with that on this platform. But for her to just want to continue to sit here, want to continue on being smug, continue on blaming Charlie, when it's like, no, 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 sweetie, this is on you. Okay, this is your fault. This is what you did to your platform. You ruined your income, and you have no one to blame but yourself. Period.
Exactly.
Period.
Period.
And she can't blame, but she wants to still sit here and just like to even listen to her today and to continue to go on about Charlie and that, oh well, we just ruined ourselves and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, 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 sweetie, this is not just you sitting here just eating some food and people hating. No, 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 sweetie, now you're putting the protection of minors at risk, because let's not pretend like like her community is not full of stalkers, doxers, and mind you, we got the farms. You see how the farms act? Like hell, you have people who are literally sitting here actively following you in your real life, basically taking pictures of you. So what do you like? It was actually one of the people on the farms that confirmed that one of the people that flashed her was a child.
Yep.
So
Wow.
Well,
she needs
look,
to be careful. So she needs to be
one of
careful.
her mods, remember Karate Joe, they were like thick as thieves, and it turns out he was a pedo. And it was the
Mm-hmm.
farms that exposed this person that was
Mhm.
modding for her was
Mm-hmm.
into,
Yeah.
prawn
So
and
I mean, I'm just like I
CP.
find it funny how it's like, and not too long ago she was protecting PDF files, and I'm just sitting
Mm-hmm.
here like, sweetie, be like, I'm sorry, but yet there's a lot of sketchy shit that's been going on within your community for the longest period of time. So you can't sit here and basically say that it's everyone else's fault when you've been sitting here, you got all this sketchiness going on for the longest period of time. And I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for her one bit.
No.
It hell, I don't. Look, like I said, she can sit here. I hope, like I said, like I said, I don't want nobody to basically go poor. I don't want no one to be out on the street. But at the same time, if you sit, you have to basically answer to the consequences of your actions at some point. And now, oh, she is finally seeing the consequences to her actions. Finally, and how, mind you, and then also, can I also speak upon Stan and Ange, because I need to go on these hoes for a second too. Excuse me, let me not say
Oh,
hoes.
oh
Let me not say
shit.
hoes.
Okay.
Excuse me. These two enablers, okay?
Right?
They had the damn nerve to upload that video talking about, oh, well, clearly y'all don't care about Chantal. Y'all don't care about Pete. Y'all don't care about the cats. Let me tell you something, okay? I ain't got to do nothing but sit here and care about my own black ass and my own mother and family. Thank you very much. Okay, we got to see. Like I said, she's the one who needs to be sitting here caring about her damn self and caring about her family. I'm sorry, they made me mad. I'm sorry, but they made me so mad because they just recently did another video talking about, well, we just assumed that everyone just, reported her, and we just assumed that that people were just hating. No, 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 sweetie. People weren't just hating to hate. There was a reason why
Yeah.
people were upset with her and why she lost her channel. It wasn't like, oh, this, because think about it. How many times have we quote unquote reported her, or people have reported her, because I didn't report her. Look, she was my entertainment. I ain't gonna lie to
Mhm.
nobody. She was my entertainment, so I didn't
Mhm.
report her. But I mean, think about how many times she got reported and nobody basically, and nothing happened. This wasn't just a little oops, sorry, accident, like an accidental nip slip. No, sweetie, there's a potential chance that you showed CP on her channel. So for them to sit there and to put up that
And
video,
knowingly, like we all know what Omegle is or Omegle is. So she went on
thank
there
you.
knowing
Thank
who
Mhm.
used it.
Thank you. So for them to sit there and then to basically say that it was our fault, to try to basically be, well,
Mhm.
clearly we don't care about
Mhm.
Pete's, we don't care about the cats, we don't care about Chantal. If she has a mental breakdown, it's your fault. Don't put her mental state on us. It is. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. It is
Mhm.
not our fault if she has a mental breakdown. Down if she sits here and if she basically goes off because she lost her income. If
Mhm.
she has a mental breakdown, that's on her, not on me. So don't sit there and put that on me. Them two who pissed me off with that video. Oh, these VIEs and very important enablers, they get on my nerves because it's like, hey, how can y'all sit here and continuously enable this woman, enable the things that she does, and then it's like, but somehow it's our fault. We're haters. But it's like, we're haters, but yet this woman has no problem sitting here possibly stopping anyone else's bag. Just the other day, she was sitting here, Monty, talking about you and was basically talking about copyright striking you. She got
Yeah.
no problem taking food out. She has no problem taking money out of your. She don't problem taking your bag. She don't mind taking food out of your mouth. Hell, let's be real here. Even though I know people don't like Hussy anymore, she terminated Hussy's channel, so she has no problems taking money out of other people's bank accounts whenever whenever it convenience her. So why should we sit here and now care about her bag? Why should we care about what happens to her?
She's the classic example of good for thee and not for me.
Thank you.
She's a hypocrite to
Look,
the 10th. It would be the same as me going on Prawn Hub at work and being shocked that my
mhm.
boss fired me. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I was set up. It's not my fault. They sent me the link. I didn't know. It says in the title what it is. And so anybody that spends as much time on the internet as Chantal, I agree 1,000%, Dre, is
Look,
yeah.
look again, Monty. I'm so sorry if I came up in here, if I just took
No,
over
this
your
is
thing.
good.
No, you're
Look,
No,
spitting
we needed
facts.
this. We needed
Spitting
this.
look, I'm
Yes.
facts.
sorry because, like,
No, don't be
real,
sorry.
this whole situation has just genuinely pissed me off because it's like, Chantal, you would think that the normal average person would at least to some degree would humble themselves. And she keeps sitting here scrambling, trying to find ways to, go on Patreon, go on OnlyFans. I'm telling you, people gonna get tired of paying for her shit. Okay? Because you sitting here upping it to $10, $20, and had the nerve to have a $60 tier. Ma'am,
Right?
what in what planet do you think that you are owed $60 for a damn thing that you do on this damn platform? And I'm sorry to be cussing, but I'm just saying, what do you owe? Do you genuinely think that you are owed $60 for what? Please explain to me, what does she offer to her community that is worth $60?
Hey, I'll go to the Patreon and I'm going to see what the difference is between the 10 and the
There was only one
$50.
point. One point was the difference. One thing.
Yeah, it was something
Like,
stupid.
like
Yeah,
that's the
something
thing.
ridiculous.
Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sorry. And then she's talking about, oh, I'll stream for the $50, for the $60 tier. And I'm like, what?
Okay, let me
She's, like I
see.
said, she's scrambling trying to pay that rent. And I said, baby, you better go get yourself a job, a job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, honey, look, times are hard. Like you said the other day, Monty, gas prices are high. We're in the middle of a war. We still got the pandemic going on. We got, look, times are hard. People are working hard out here for their money. And she thinks that people are going to
Dre,
pay.
here is the difference. The $10, you get general support, ad-free content. It's always ad-free on Patreon. I mean, I don't even know. Okay, general support, ad-free content, live chat, and a private community.
Right, Chad?
Yeah. So the $50 Royal Beezers, you get general support, ad-free content, live chat, private community, private live hangouts.
I don't
So,
want no look. I don't want no private chat with Foodie Beauty. Thank
oh
you.
my, yeah, right?
What are we like? What in the world does she think that anybody's gonna want to talk about with her in private? That
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Like
Yeah.
what? Like what? I look just like how I would never want to talk to her publicly. I don't want to talk to her privately. What are we gonna talk about privately? How her farts smell?
Yeah.
The
To,
hell?
she's
Like
not interesting. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do? Sit there and agree with her that Natter's a dirtbag and that she's doing the right
oh
thing? It's
no,
like, oh my God.
but was it, but Monty, question. Now you
Yeah.
live now you live in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Please explain to me, how does any court take her seriously?
Oh man, that is hard because she is diluting her position every single time she does this back and forth behavior. Every single time she goes online and talks about the case.
Because like
Um,
because
yeah,
I don't know how it works in Canada, but like here in America, if you have a case, you can't talk about it online. You can't
yeah, yeah. You shouldn't. You can't and you shouldn't.
it
Any
because
lawyer will tell you.
right, because
Yeah.
there's a word for it. I forgot what the word or what the legal term is, but like it
Pre-
interferes
prej-
with the
prej-
case.
prejudicing the well, you could prejudice the potential jurors just
Right.
by
I mean,
putting
right.
that
Like
out
it's
there.
right, and you can basically like you. It's not collusion, cause something. It starts with a C. See, someone probably if someone's a legal person, y'all probably know what I'm saying. But
Mm-hmm.
it ruins your case the more you
Mhm.
talk about it online. And I'm like, someone could easily go online and see all this stuff. Like, for instance, like was it? Because someone could see all the stuff that she's saying, and she keeps saying, like, she keeps going back and forth talking about, I'm going to drop the charges. I'm not
Yeah.
going to drop the charges. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, Didi was there, so I didn't
Mhm.
drop the charges. And I'm thinking to myself, like, the only reason why she did not drop these charges was because Didi didn't go home.
She
And I'm
she
thinking,
she said in her stream today, and Dee Dee was there the whole time. Oh, you want to play game? Oh, you want to play games? I'll show you. Oh, it was two completed games. I'll show you. What do you mean she's been there the whole time? Oh, I can't stand you. You think it was revenge, revenge, revenge. It was,
like, I
and
mean,
it
honestly,
it was almost an afterthought. Oh, because he did this to me. Oh no.
no, it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
because Didi was still there.
Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
like, I just like, look, I hope a judge just throws the whole case out at this
Yeah.
point because
Hmm.
because she has done too much to compromise her case. And she's sitting here talking about collusion. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cammy.
Here's a
That's it.
question, Dre and Monty, is because she said a couple times, I need to get a lawyer. I'm going to take this as far as I can take it. I'm going to this and I'm going to that. My question is, do you think that potentially she's been told there is no criminal charges that can be brought, and if she wants to go forward it needs to be in a civil court? Because she keeps saying, I'll get a lawyer, I'm
Yeah.
going to push this as far as I can,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
That's a
basically
possibility.
drive it. And so do you think she's been advised, like, look, there's probably nothing here, you're going to need to go to civil court, you're going to need to get a lawyer? Our advice would be, don't talk about it. I'm just saying because of the things she's been saying, because if the crown's taking care of it, you don't say things like, I'm going to push it as far as I can, I'll get a lawyer and make you pay,
Well, this is
if
the
that
thing
makes
that gets me
sense.
though. So mind you, this is where again where I'm still on the side of I don't even know if these charges are real or not because
Me
Mm-hmm.
neither.
according
Mm-hmm.
to her, she emailed the detective or whoever that she was gonna drop the charges. Then today,
Mm-hmm.
she said that when she went to the police station, mind you, I've never known having to go to a police station to drop charges. I've never heard of that before. For
Mm-hmm.
that, when she went there, she was like, "Wait, Dee Dee's there," and Dee Dee was
Yeah.
right there. Was it
Yeah.
when I went in, and I'm like, wait. So when you
Yeah.
conveniently went into the police station, Nader and Dee Dee were sitting there, and you're telling me
At
that
the one
Nader
she went to, because aren't there quite a few
They are.
aren't there? That's my question.
Multiple
Is okay.
over,
Look,
yeah.
I'm
Same day, same time. The odds of that are so low.
Mhm.
I don't look. I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't believe this whole court thing's even real. I really
Mm,
don't. I think
mm.
think it is mess. I think it's fake. I think it's a whole storyline that they're making up, and they're somehow making this up as they go. Because it's like it does not make sense. How do you one day? Because mind you, you showed in the email that you dropped the charges 4 days later. And then so the charges were already quote unquote dropped. But then
Yeah.
you're saying today that you didn't drop the charges because you had to go in person to drop the charges. And then you talked to the detective and said, no, I'm not going to drop the charges. You can't take that back. Once you drop them, they're dropped. You can't take it back. Like, that's the thing.
Hmm.
And you would have had to sign something. Like, I don't know. This, like I said, I just think
It,
this is a storyline they're
it
making
doesn't
up.
it doesn't make sense, and so I always say that that's the beauty of the truth. It never changes. So every time she tells another iteration of this story, it changes. Like it doesn't make sense. So wait, you texted the cop you're dropping or you emailed him. Oh, but now today you're going in to tell him. It's like what?
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It's just it makes no sense, and I'm sorry.
yeah,
Like
it's yeah,
it
and
makes
like
it makes
I've
no sense, and
I've
it
I've
never will.
I've
Yeah.
tangled with the cops before in my younger years. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm familiar with not the well, actually, no, I've been in trouble in Canada because I grew up right next to Canada, and so. But I'm just saying this isn't how it works, and so the things she's saying doesn't track for those of us that have
And
any
and
life
right, and
experience.
Monty. Now let me ask you a question. I don't know how familiar you are with the law, but now for him to be on parole, okay, and for him to have the charges that he has, those are some serious charges. Like he has
Hmm.
what, 3 or 4 counts of SA on him, domestic violence and
Hmm.
kidnapping, and
Hmm.
somehow he's not like sitting in a prison cell or a jail cell. Like I don't see how that can be a thing. I just don't see how you can have these potential charges on you, and Canada is just like, well, we're just gonna let a potential SAer and a domestic violenter just walk around. I don't see Canada being like that,
Yeah.
because
Maybe
I know
that's
here.
why, yeah, he has all these meetings now because they upped his meeting times. There's so much this because he already had a lot of meetings before. That's why she was sleeping over a lot, partly because she wanted to be there, but also because he had all these appointments to go to. So I think this was with
Right,
his PO. But now
right.
I think they've upped it to a lot more because of the situation that's going on. But that's
Has anybody I got to be honest, I haven't been watching Nader. Like how has his demeanor been in his like does he seem pressed or stressed, or I'm just curious because like I said I've not watched to even see how if or is he just
I
doing his
mean,
streams and just cooking?
he's kind of just been, I don't know, he's kind of just been the same. I mean, other than
Mm,
going after Monty the other day, which that was just weird even of itself. Like
Mhm.
him
hmm,
being like him wanting to come at you. I'm like, why is he coming at Monty? Like, what did Monty
mm-hmm,
do? Like, what he ever do to anybody? Like, but mind you, I just think he was following suit in with Foodie. This is why I
Yeah.
say I think they're in cahoots. Because if you remember, the day before she was complaining about you, and then the next day he starts complaining about you.
Yeah, it was
They're in cahoots.
DLF and then Foodie Beauty and then Nader. It was like one every single day complaining
They're
about
in
the same
cahoots.
thing.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they
monkey
are all
see
in
monkey do.
cahoots. I'm telling
Hmm.
you, they are all in cahoots. They are all playing. They're playing people for fools. And I still look. I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if one day Natter spills the beans when he's really, really done with Foodie, and he's really, Mo, mind you, he might be really, really done with her if she don't get this check back. Let's be real.
Yeah, exactly.
He might really be done with her if she don't get this check back. I'm telling you, he's gonna drop her. He's gonna sit down with Dee Dee and gonna do a whole tell law. And I bet you anything, one of the tell laws is gonna be is that him and Foodie would coordinate Nate attacked, or what basically she had him say and do certain things. I'm telling you, I bet you through my bottom dollar that he's gonna basically say that, and that even with this particular recent attack, it was something that she probably either A, paid him to do, or B, she was just like, oh no, I'll get my channel back. Don't worry. So he was kind of still going along with the bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like I said, they're in cahoots. So I think Pizza's involved, but doesn't want. Um, that's the thing. Like, was it? I don't know. Oh, with Pete's being involved, Pete's. I don't think was it. I don't think she involves Pete, and this is the reason why he talks too much. That's the problem. He talks too much. She can't
Yeah.
trust him. Like, I mean, mind you, it says I've been watching on my TV, but I had to. I'm sorry, reading out loud. Excuse me. Again, I don't think Pizzas is. I don't know if Pizzas is involved because he tells everything. Pizza's too honest for his own good.
Pete
Um.
has no filter.
Yeah.
But Pete's has. We've caught Pete's just flat out lying for Chantal before.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
The
yeah,
first
you know, he's.
instance was the Toronto trip when he said that
Mhm.
she left and she didn't because her hotel got doxxed. So then he was saying he only lied because they were scared because they knew which hotel room they were in.
Yeah, I think Pete's lies for her when it benefits the situation, and
Exactly.
when he thinks it's
Fair.
no big deal, he, you know, just tells the truth because he doesn't need to die on that hill. Is how
Exactly.
that's what
Yeah,
I think. That's just
yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. Now that you say it like that, that's probably it. It's probably more
Yeah.
so of he tells the truth when it's like it's not that big of a deal. Like when he was just like, "Oh, do you mind if I tell?" Because he told something the other day that she peed on herself or some shit,
Yeah,
and he
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
was
And
just
she's
like,
mhm,
he didn't mind telling the chat that she peed
it,
on herself because she was probably going to tell anyway.
yeah,
Yep, and I
exactly.
think what it might have set that off, because remember a few weeks ago, God, it seems like forever, he was telling that story about when they lived together, and then Chantal said, "Oh, you mean where I used to pee behind the dumpster at school?" And Pete was like, "Oh, I wasn't going to say anything, but since you said something, it's like Chantal let Pete's know you're telling the story, and it's okay to let people know that I defecated and peed behind a dumpster at my school." And so maybe that's stuck. And so now it's not a
Yeah,
big deal for Pete's to let it slip that Chantal is soiling herself on a regular basis because,
mind
Yeah.
you, I'm like,
yeah,
ooh,
ew, who doesn't want that out on the internet
Hmm.
for
right. I mean,
perspective?
although I will say though, having Pete on YouTube low key had oh god, dude, Terry, I hate when she does that. When she's like, Pete, I
Oh, yeah,
hate
pee.
it. Sounds like she's calling for a pig, and I freaking hate it. It is the
It's,
one thing she does that I'm like, shut up, stop it.
yeah.
Like
It's like,
it's the
shouldn't
one
you be
thing.
sitting in a tree somewhere, you harpy? God, just shut
Ooh,
up.
like it's just like shut up,
Yeah.
just shut. But no. I mean, I'm pretty sure Pete knows a lot about what's going
He
on
does.
behind the
I would
scenes.
say so. I
Yeah,
say
he.
Pete's and Didi.
Oh
Didi
yeah,
knows a
no,
lot
they
as
know.
well,
They know.
so much.
Look, oh yeah, they know what these two scammers are doing behind the scenes. And yes, I call them scammers because they scam.
Hmm.
Because literally, I'm sorry, they scamming. They
Imagine
and
being their neighbors, though. The smells,
oh
the
oh
sounds.
God.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
look, mind
wouldn't
you,
be.
I don't know how Dee Dee can literally stay in that house with Nader. I'm like, imagine having to live with Nader. I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't. I
Hmm.
couldn't do it.
I would be like, I would look,
The
mind you.
coffin and the pacing, man. I would
Oh,
duct tape him to the bed and set it on
I
fire,
I
and
would lock him
I
in the room.
couldn't.
Look, I would lock him in his room.
Hmm.
Oh.
Mm,
Look,
true.
true, Dee Dee is a scammer too. She is. I mean, hell, look. I mean, I think they're all kind of in on it. To be fair, it's just like I'm like hell. Oh
I
shit. I
don't
mean,
think anybody saw that this deplatforming of Chantal coming. I really
oh yeah,
don't. I
no,
think
no,
this
no.
was a rug pull
Oh
for.
yeah, no. Like this was a major. You can tell that this was a major. Or like what? You know what I'm saying? For all of them, because it was just like Like, think about it. I mean, she's sitting here, she's paying for Pete, she's paying for Nader, and I wouldn't be surprised if one day it comes out that she was paying for Dee Dee too.
Right,
Who,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
who?
And Teniel says Pete's is rude or die for Chantal. Corrects herself, says right. No, I think rude is better. He
Well,
is rude or
he's
die.
rude. No, he's rude. Like, look, like I don't know how many years you guys been watching, but I've been watching them for about 4 years. No, Pizza's rude for her because I've literally seen this man straight up cuss people out, say the
Yeah,
most foulest shit to people
exactly.
in the
He,
name of Chantal, and I'm like, no, no,
the
no. I'm
people
like,
that have
sir,
a soft spot for Pete's, it's like I have less than zero respect for
I'll say it
Pete's.
like
He
this.
is one of those people that he is just he knows just enough to be dangerous. If you challenge his belief, he goes into a rage, and then anytime he paints himself in the corner, he starts saying, "Oh, my mentals," and it's just
Here's the
he's a
problem with
dirt
Pete's,
bag.
right? I
He's a
want
dirt
to
bag
feel.
like Chantal.
Look, don't get me wrong. To some degree, I do kind of feel bad for him, but then at the same time, I don't. I don't feel sorry for him because it's like at the end of the day, he's literally getting a piece of the pie too. But
Mm-hmm.
where I
True.
say I low key do kind of feel bad for him is because I don't know how much y'all watch him. Like I know Monty, you kind of watch him, but if you
Yeah,
listen to what that he has said as far as like how him and Chantal first started, it and this is weird. He's kind of been low key a bit of a victim of her predatorial actions. And when I say predatorial, I just mean that I don't mean like CP or nothing like that. And when I say she, like you can prey on adults, you can prey on people other than just children. People, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying for people who don't want to know, who don't know. But she kind of preyed on him, in my opinion.
she
Like,
did. If everybody doesn't know the story about
Yeah.
how, Peace got into the circle with Foodie Beauty and became FWBs with the whole
Yeah.
going over to Shannon's house and the Polaroid,
Mm-hmm.
that is what Dre's talking about.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like she kind of preyed on him and because he didn't even want her at first. That's the thing. I'm like, that was the part that got me right. Was the fact that because see, I always thought that Pete basically wanted Chantal, but then after learning that even Pete didn't want she kind of lured him in and basically just brought him
Mm-hmm.
into her little web of deceit. He,
Hmm.
and then
Well,
it's like,
and Pete's did say that Chantal used to get hammered over at his mom's house and then want to fool around with him, and he didn't like to drink and stuff, and he didn't understand. It was something along the lines that
that's
Chantal
weird
needed to
too.
get hammered, and then she'd want to have
But see,
sex with him, and
but but even that is just crazy though. I'm like,
hmm
like that even like she kind of like preyed on him a little bit, and it's like that's just scary to think that she's had these tendencies since she was young. But I mean, hell, to be fair, she was, unfortunately for her, she was kind of a. I mean, I hate to say it, but in a way, she was kind of a victim of being preyed upon because I mean, hell, with the 21-year-old and then 37-year-old.
Yeah, it's like a cycle, to be honest with you, sadly.
It's sad.
yeah.
It's kind of sad to think that there's these cycles that just like first she gets preyed upon, then preys on Pete, then there was that whole thing with BB, which, oh God, leave BB alone, girl. He don't want you.
Oh,
He,
don't you like how the stories changed too? How she broke up with BB? And I can remember when she came on and she was bawling and she said, "Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to." So,
Hmm.
basically she said, "So you want to break up? You want me out?" And he was like, "Yeah."
mm-hmm. That,
And so it was unspoken. And she said before they broke up, because originally she said we didn't have relations the last year they were together, and
Yeah.
then she said that when they broke up it had been 2 years, so I suspect that BB and her had not had biblical knowledge of each other for a solid couple years before BB finally said made it painfully clear that she needed
honestly, look,
to get gone.
I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like at the time, when BB was still dealing with her in the beginning, I mean, hell, and okay, this is gonna sound so wrong and fucked up to say, so please forgive me. When they first got together, BB could probably find her vagina. I think after she got to be so big, he couldn't find it no more. Or
Mm-hmm.
so
Well,
that's
and
probably why
she's
for the
not,
last 2
if you
years they
can't
couldn't do
reach it,
nothing.
if you can't reach it, you can't wash it. And so if you see it,
Right, and it
or if you
probably
smell
stunk.
it before
It
you
probably
see it.
stunk. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be
Mm-hmm.
funny, but she's not the cleanliest person.
Mm-hmm.
It probably
Yeah.
stunk.
Mm-hmm.
Hunk. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, I hate, like, I mean, again, I'm not trying to be mean. It's not
Well,
fat
and she
shaming.
did say that the cockroaches, like BB lost his crackers because he found all these pizza boxes because she's so lazy she wouldn't take the garbage out. She's
Yeah.
It was
stashing pizza
hiding
boxes and they got bugs and
around
stuff.
you. And I'm like,
Oh.
and I can't imagine that if you're hiding pizza boxes and
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff, who would want to have like who like I mean for real. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like this is like genuine. Like when you're in a relationship, you want to
Mm-hmm.
try to keep yourself presentable for your partner. Okay, that is
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
genuine cleanliness. And I don't think she was the cleanest. I'm sorry, I just
Yeah.
don't. I'm
I
just
don't think
like
she got bored with BB, and so it wasn't like I don't think she was hiding the boxes to hide her eating. I think she was stashing the boxes because she was too lazy to get them in the garbage.
that's
Because
just
you
sad.
see what she does in her room. She uses something and just chucks it right on the floor. Can you imagine working 12-hour days like that man does, and you're paying all the bills, you're buying the groceries, you're paying for everything, and
Yeah.
coming home and finding her in her stinky clothes that she's been wearing for 3 days, eating a family size lasagna, and just, ugh.
Like
Yeah.
I
Too
don't know.
much.
Like look, I tell you one, I low key felt bad, and I felt bad for BB in the sense of like he dealt with, like I said, to deal with her in the bang era. It's like, whoo, Jesus, that was bad. Now Pete has to deal with her in the drug era, which that, whoo, Lord,
Well,
mm-mm.
but Pete's did himself in. Pete's had a well-paying job that he had had for over a decade, and he got it in his head he was going to be a YouTube star. I really
Yeah.
do. And I don't even know if he put in first, he took time off because oh, I don't feel well. And then he just up and quit his job. I don't even know if he put in, he didn't say anything about notice. He just kind of let it slip that, oh, I quit. And
Yeah.
so and he's not been looking like he's like, oh, I want to work at a comic book store. Well, there's a lot of things I want to do. That's why it's called work. It's not called fun, and he was never the most motivated guy, but I do think moving in with Chantal has just
We're gonna do him in.
ruined. Yeah, yeah.
You can
Yeah.
see where he kind of decline, where he's
Mm-hmm.
on the decline. Like,
Yeah.
but the thing that kind of gets me with him was when he said that my happiness like he was when he's the happiest when she's there, and I'm
Ugh.
like, that was the part that I'm like, God, Jesus, like, I don't know. I'm just like,
Pete's has drank the Kool-Aid is the problem.
I'm like, dude, this woman would literally sell you up the river for a pack of smokes, dude. She
Mm-hmm.
does not care two fucks
No.
about you. She does not like look, you putting your happiness on Chantal, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, is your biggest problem. And if he ever one day hears this, I wish I could tell him, stop putting your happiness into this woman because I am
Mm-hmm.
sorry, she does not care about you. She has proven time and time again she don't care about you. She cheated on you with 3 different men for months. She literally sat here and tossed you aside the moment that BB came her and BB got into a relationship. Then when her and BB weren't doing well, then she brought you back because of the fact that again because I feel like her and Pete's friendship only started, if you notice, their relationship as far as a friendship flourished, or rather we saw him more in the last couple of years
Mm-hmm.
of her and BB's relationship. So that was when they stopped having sex. So then
Yeah.
that's when she brought Pete's back into the fray, and
She got
then she
bored.
needed
She
to
was
use.
bored with BB, and she just
She was
assumed he
bored with
wasn't
BB,
he
so she
wasn't
brought
gonna
you back.
go
She
anywhere.
brought you back. Then she
Mhm.
used you to get an apartment, and then she was gonna dump her cats on you to go be with Nader. She does
Mhm.
not care about you. She has
Mhm.
literally proven at every given point when she does not care about you. And for this man to still sit here and to think that, oh well, Chantal makes me happy, and I'm like, well, look, that's sad. That's pathetic. I'm gonna
Well,
be real. That's
you should have
pathetic.
last night while she was telling all her hoe stories. Pete's was lying right there, and she was talking some raunchy, just like giving zero F's about him. It's like she has
Look, I
no
don't think,
respect for him.
but I don't think half her whole stories are real.
Oh no, I think she lies like a big dog on a
Okay,
hardwood
to
floor.
be
I mean,
fair, okay, look, I'll be real with you. The only people who I think she's had sex with was the 21-year-old who she faked her suicide with, the French guy, Pete, BB, Nader. 5 people. That's it. Those are the only 5 people I think she's ever had sex with. That's it. I don't think she has all these quote unquote whole stories like,
wait,
ooh,
wait.
yeah.
I think maybe there was no the guy on the rock for the Big Mac or
Oh
whatever.
yes.
It's like,
Homeless guy that
Oh,
sells
wait.
CDs.
yeah.
Yes.
But she said that there wasn't actual intercourse, that it was just a little, so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. How
All
did I
right.
forget it about, was it Big Mac for a blow job? Excuse me. Like,
Mhm.
how did I
All
forget
right.
that?
Yeah, somebody was asking a while back about the Polaroid. The Polaroid thing was that Pete had a Polaroid of his dick, and that's why he was decently large. That was the story that came around during the bullying during school. Pete allegedly had a Polaroid of his penis at his house, I believe. Um, she happened upon the Polaroid, took it, and started showing it around. And then she got ideas that, hey, this is pretty decently large. How about me and Pete are hooking up? So that is the Polaroid story. Shannon confirmed it, I believe. Pete's confirmed it when the story came back up. That was the time where her and Pete
Oh,
were at
Monty,
Shannon's house.
respectable girth merch.
Yes,
Respectable
respectable
girth
crowd.
merch.
I'm done. No.
Yeah, grim, respectable
I
girth
am sorry.
merch.
No. The fact that there was a conversation about Pete's dick size, and the fact that he confirmed, he's like, oh, I'm about 5 inches and a respectful girth, and I'm like, oh, look, I'm sorry, and I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a gay man, and I did not need to know that. I didn't need to know that. I could have lived the rest of my life without knowing Pete's girth or having a respectful girth and dick size. I didn't need to know that. Like, it's just like Nader. I don't need to know Nader. I don't want to know. Like, mind you, look, now that's the one that gets me, right. Him sitting there talking about, look, I still cannot, when he said, look at my body. I said, yeah, look at your body. Look at it. Who wants
Right.
that? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be like, look, I'm not the cutest person in the entire world. I'm not gonna sit here in front. You've probably seen my picture before, Monty. I'm pretty sure if anyone's seen my profile picture, you see me. No, I'm not the prettiest person in the entire world, but I'm sorry. There is nothing, and I repeat, no way I would ever want to run after a Pete or a Nader. Never in my life. You will never see me sweating a Pete or a Nader. Never. So please, I wouldn't dare. Here. I'm like, ain't no way. There's nothing about it. Like, I don't see. Like I said, I don't see why Chantal sweats that man so hard. And I'm like, Chantal, you like. I'll be real. She's kind of pretty when she puts on makeup. When she puts on makeup, she can be kind of pretty. And I'm like, Chantal, you kind of pretty. Why are you sweating this one? You can get another one.
But she's such a terrible, selfish person. Like, have you ever met somebody you thought they were kind of attractive, and the more you get to know them, they just become so incredibly ugly? And it's like Chantal is such a, like, she, to me, she has no redeeming quality. She is the epitome of self-centered, selfish, entitled, hedonistic, uncouth, classless, droll, unintelligent, just bleck, just
Grebo, I can't
bleck.
with you. Look, look, Grebo, I love you. I can't.
She's just all those icky things, and
She really is.
yeah,
She's insufferable. Like honestly,
insufferable.
yeah, she's
Exactly.
insufferable. Like honestly, he being in the same room with her for more than 5 minutes, you're just like, okay, I'm ready to go. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, the
Mm-hmm.
moment she opens up her mouth, well, yep, ready to go. Now, stop it. How do y'all do this so fast? I am done. How do y'all do this so fast? Like, seriously. I want to know, how do y'all trolls do this so fast? No. Respectful girth and his face. What is this face? What is this?
Oh,
What is this face?
oh my
What is
God.
this face? I'm scared. I'm scared. It's like, respectful girth coming for you. Who? I'm like, no, you are not coming for me. Don't come for me. Hey,
Oh,
Lord, y'all do this.
right? And Pete's was on tonight. I guess he was on just raging about. I don't understand, what is it with Pete's and always trying to talk about the United States. It's like, look, Maroon, why don't you worry about your own country? He's always like, the United States this, the United States that, and he's got this ride or die for, like, the gays. I'm here for the gays. I'm pretty sure they're doing fine without you, freak.
Baby,
Just
look. First of all,
yeah.
look from one of the gays. I can say we're doing fine, Pete's, without you.
Stay
We're
in
fine.
Canada. Yeah, stay in
We're
Canada.
good. Look, the gays, we're good. We're good. We're doing great. Look, I mean, look, we got gay marriage a few years back. You know, we had to deal with the orange Cheeto, but pushing some things back, but we're okay. We're good. It's okay. I mean, thanks for being an ally, but stay over there in Canada, peeps. Like,
Mm.
I don't understand, why does he always feel the need to. And also, though, too, one thing that gets me, and I'm pretty sure, Monty, you know this too, where he talks about black issues. I'm
Oh my
like,
Yeah,
God.
all the time.
why does he like to talk about black issues? And he's like, oh, I know this from Twitter. And I'm like, do you not understand that black issues go further beyond just Twitter? Like, everything he sees, he's seen on Twitter. And it's like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, that's okay. You do a little bit of research, but everything just from Twitter.
Mm.
That's it. You've
It,
never even talked to a black person. You've never even had a conversation with a black person. You've
mm-hmm.
never even nothing. And it's like, he's just this social justice warrior. You're for us gay people and us black people. And I want to sit there and I'm just like, again, Pete, black Twitter, we're good. Black people, we're good. We're fine. We don't need you who to white knight for us, Pete. We're good. We're okay.
Yeah, who
You
needs
know,
a creepy, greasy, balding, overweight, unemployed SJW white knight? Woohoo! You're winning. Good
like,
Lord.
like mind you, let's just be real. Who needs a Pete on their side?
Yeah.
Like, who needs a Pete when
Mm-hmm.
he's connected to, in the words of FFG, that charmoot hoot. Okay,
Hmm.
is that how she says it? A charmoot hoot. Like, like I can't. With it, and mind you, want to check everyone on social media, but don't want to check his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I brought that up. It's like, if you want to SJW, start it at home, Pete's, because you have a friend that is in bad all types of ways.
Like,
Oh,
You
I mean,
know,
look,
yeah.
I was so glad when you brought it up today, Monty, when you said, look, she's been racist, she's been homophobic, she's been
Mm-hmm.
transphobic, she's been
Mm-hmm.
like, what has she not
Oh,
done?
well, and
mhm.
when she tries to claim that, oh, I'm disabled, it's like, no, you're not. You're not
Wait,
disabled.
please
You
don't tell
know?
me she tried to claim disability.
Oh yeah, she's trying to claim that she counts as disabled, and I'm like,
How?
maybe it's like, yeah, maybe you're eating yourself into being bedbound, but
brain
no,
function
yeah,
brain function doesn't count.
yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's
Look, you are your own level of stupidity, ma'am. I'm
mm-hmm,
sorry. That is not,
yeah,
just because you're stupid does not mean you're disabled. Okay,
mm-hmm,
anybody can be stupid. Okay,
yeah,
hey, the most able-bodied people are stupid. That's the only thing
mm-hmm,
you are, ma'am. You're just
mm-hmm.
stupid,
She
sitting there
just
trying to claim disability.
desperately wants a label. She wants to have, you can't make fun of me
No, but you know
because
what though?
I'm
But no,
whatever.
but I mean, but still, but let me ask y'all a question though. Do y'all think that she'll get her channel back? Like, seriously?
I
I
I
say no.
I used to think I used to think like, okay, maybe it was a mass flagging, but after seeing that response from the YouTube team on Twitter, I am leaning towards I don't think she will, because
Hmm.
all they
Wait a minute.
said was to clarify. And so I am thinking no. I'm starting to think no, it's
Yeah,
gone.
she's
It's
done.
yeeted. Hmm.
Yeah,
So y'all, was it because, like, mind you, like I said, I don't know, like, because it was because, like you said, when you heard the response, it's like, I
I
mean, like I
knew.
said,
I knew from
It,
the instant last week when she went on Omegle and the guy
hmm
was of questionable age. I said it. It's like she's done,
yeah.
and I
And
ordered my hard drive to get all her videos, but it was one day too late. It
right.
arrived one day too late. That hard drive.
Anybody in chat that thinks she's going to get her channel back, put a one.
We
People
could
who
do a
think she's
vote.
not going to, put a two.
oh yeah, no, I think the majority, yeah,
Or
no, the majority of
do a
people are
vote
saying.
then if yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the majority of people are saying no. She's not going to
Yeah.
get it back. And honestly, I don't know. I don't think she'll get it back. I don't. I don't think.
Hmm.
I don't see it. Like, honestly, like, somewhere in my mind is like, watch
There's so
this
many
woman be a
twos. Yep.
cockroach. Watch she's a cockroach, and somehow how she gets it back. But then I'm like, no. What
Well,
she did, like you said, Monty, when she showed that one person who was questionable age, and I mean, because,
mm-hmm.
like, was it because when I saw all that, I was like, ooh, that's, you better be careful with that. That, like you said, that Omegle stuff, and like I said, YouTube don't play when it comes to CP. They don't
Tammy
play.
Tammy
But
S says all the twos for no, she's not getting it
not
back.
all the
Yeah.
two.
Hmm.
Yeah. Nope. I think, like I said, I was kind of on the fence thinking, oh, she'll probably get it back. But after seeing this response from YouTube, and it's the end. I think this is, like I said, rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic for Chantal, because she is hemorrhaging money. She is not managing her affairs very well. And I also think that in her head, she thinks she's going to get her channel back. And that's why she's not that concerned with managing the audience she has left well. Like, I really
Hmm.
think she thinks she's going to get her channel back. I really think she
I
thinks
don't.
she's the
I don't.
victim in this. And I think
I
she's
mean,
going to, by the time she realizes that this YouTube channel's not coming back, she will have killed all the goodwill, and all the VIBs will have scattered to the wind, and she'll be stuck with, like today, 17 people listening to her yell into a phone. You know,
like, I
Right.
mean, the thing of it was, like, you
yeah.
heard it today where she got upset. I want to say it was on Patreon when she was like, "Wait, there's only 25 people." Like,
Well,
you heard it in her voice.
yeah,
Like, you
when she
heard.
came out of that restaurant, she was upset because there was only 58, and then earlier in the day there was only 20 something. I mean, Dragon Lord Frodo pulls better views than Chantal is right now.
Girl,
So,
like, look, when Dragon Lord Frodo pulls in better views than you,
mm-hmm,
that is saying a lot. And
It
she,
says
and mind
everything.
you, yeah, I mean, especially, Who, especially given that other day when he was going crazy. Oh Jesus, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of had to stop watching your stream, Monty, because I was watching where he was going crazy because he
Yeah.
couldn't eat for 2 days. I said, Jesus, I need to step away from that. That was a little much for. He's a little much for me sometimes. Personally, I can't with
Yeah.
him, but
Hey,
but
that
no,
guy couldn't starve in 2 days if he tried.
I know, right? I'm like, baby, you
Yeah.
can't starve.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
fine.
starving. You don't know the meaning of the word starve, I'm going to
Like,
guess.
sir, no. I'm like, I can look at you and tell you don't know what the word starving means. Thank you. Okay. Okay, but like he was just going nuts, and I'm like, no, I'm no. You can tell this is a friend of Foodie's. He's well,
They act the same way.
they
Same
do.
way. Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I said, you know what, Chantal? You want to look? You need a man that's gonna treat you right. Go to Dragon Lord Frodo. He seems like a good guy. Hey,
Well, like
I mean,
somebody said, she's probably gonna be on his couch sometime soon. Was that you, Gregory Bow, said that, or
That said what? No,
he's
no.
that he is she's gonna be on his couch sometime
That
soon.
that was Buddha
Oh, Buddha.
Fish
Okay.
said that.
not
Yeah.
not
That
not
was
on his
hilarious.
not on his couch, child, not on the couch. Oh my God, gonna be on that man, Lord. What was it? Well, he got to get his apartment renovated first. Huh?
Hmm.
Mm.
Was it? He got to finish getting them renovations done first before, where she can plop her ass on that couch. Well, shit. He's gonna be like, look, come over here, baby. Look.
I really think, like I said, Chantal will still get February's money because she didn't get her channel didn't get terminated until March. So I think she'll probably get her February money, but anything that she made in March, she shouldn't. So after this next check, she's not gonna have any income, like zeros, if not a yet,
I think, like I
right?
said, she's scrambling. Like, no,
Yeah.
she's scrambling. Like I'm telling you, like she keeps trying to be like, oh my God, I can't believe people are joining my membership or not membership, sorry, joining my OnlyFans. And I'm like, girl, it's probably not that many, and there's no way you've made enough people to sustain.
No.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
No,
Exactly.
even best case scenario, we ran the numbers with how much money she has going out after taxes and stuff. Like this first month, if she's doing as well as she said, she could potentially break even.
Right. And
But
I mean, cause
and she's used to getting super chats, and so she's no longer getting residuals from people going back and watching her own videos.
right.
She's not
Hmm.
getting, no residuals. She's not getting any super chats. She's used to getting those. And so not only is she not getting super chats, but she's having to cough up money to stream. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
lose-lose situation. Better bring back that iMac. Pay that repackaging fee. Better bring back. That
Mm-hmm.
ninja
Mm-hmm.
that ninja blender be hitting the pawn shop, says Knuckles
Yeah, or
Sandwich.
her,
Wait a
her
minute,
two
is
hundred
that
and
what that
fifty
was?
dollar can of butter. Remember, she
Yeah,
didn't she spend
Oh
like
my
magical
God.
butter
the
machine for
yeah,
her packs
and
3.
but she needs some kind of computer because I don't think you can stream from OnlyFans from your phone. Don't you need a
No,
computer
you
for
can't.
that?
No, you can. It's just not
Okay,
good.
it's not good. Yeah.
That's why. Well, no, what was it? That's the thing. No, that's why she only. Listen, if you notice, she only is able, for whatever reason, she streams once from OnlyFans, but then she'll stream again and from what was it? Then she'll
Mhm.
stream from on Patreon. And
Mhm.
mind you, look. She's also low key being insufferable because she's just was it because apparently she said tonight that, oh, if she finds out that she's gonna ban invade YouTube and get back on YouTube, and if she finds out that anybody's streaming her content, she's gonna flash her tits, basically report them for nudity, and get their channel taken down. So, oh, I'm like, really?
Oh,
You
that's dirty.
she's gonna play. Oh, she's playing real dirty. Like that's why. Hey,
Hmm.
like, and the funny thing was, someone took that clip, went to Twitter, and actually at Patreon on support and said, "Yo, this is what she's doing on y'all's platform. And Patreon support, it said, hey, if you feel like this person's doing something that's not okay, here's where you can go to basically fill something out. So Patreon's gonna start her basically keeping an eye on her, and if she's not careful, she's gonna lose her Patreon.
Yikes.
She's about to
Yeah.
get yeeted off of another platform
Yeah,
if
I
she's not
think
careful.
that Foodie Beauty Reaction channel, he put up a video earlier. I haven't watched it, but
I
I
saw it.
think he titled it like he's reporting it to Patreon. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched it, but I just
Reporting
I,
what to Patreon?
supposedly reporting what Chantal's doing to Patreon.
Oh,
And
Lord,
so I don't know how
Lord.
to use Twitter, so I can't search for anything. Sorry.
I'm searching right now. So it was called Foodie Beauty Gets Reported to Patreon by FBRC, where he
Okay.
reports her Patreon.
Okay.
Oh,
Using
look.
the link to Charlie Gold's video is what I believe. I didn't watch it in full, but I did see some aspects of it.
Look, was it? But let me ask y'all a question though. So, like, do y'all think that like now since Chantal is gone, do y'all think that now Amberlynn Reed's gonna come back on the
For the
rise?
throne, I don't know. There's gonna be a gap for a short while. There's always new people.
Yeah.
There's
I've
always
I
somebody new.
can't. I've never watched ALR. I've tried a couple times, and I just she's insufferable. She's
So
not
y'all don't-
entertaining.
so y'all won't. So was it so Monty? So you don't see yourself going to ALR or starting to
I
cover?
actually do ALR content. It's just that I haven't done it in a while because it wasn't going anywhere. People just didn't. My channel wasn't known for it because originally, like I've said, I was doing Sagittarius Shoddy. And then after
Oh,
that, I was doing Foodie Beauty with ALR and James Soroka. My ALR content wasn't really going anywhere because I might get 1,000 views, if that, on
yeah.
Amberlynn Reed. But I'll still do her. But I just feel like there's somebody else will take over that space. That
Honestly,
Foodie Beauty.
I hope for me, I hope Sagittarius gets a little bit more because like I kind of watch her and like she's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
She's not that like she's like I mean she's got her issues, but I'm like okay, I can kind of watch you before I can watch Amber. Her.
Yeah,
Mind you,
very
look,
true.
Lord knows, I hope the bitch herself, Shanny for Christ, never makes a return. Jesus, don't want
Mm-hmm.
that one to come back. No.
She's a
Oh,
terrible person.
God, because someone was like, well, ooh, maybe Shanny for Christ will make a return. And I said, no. No, 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 no. That's one that I'm like, no. She's another one that needs to be off the platform, in my opinion. Yeah, but that's just me. Look, I know some people will say, hey, don't be trying to take people's bags, but I'm like, nah, that one needs to go to get rid of her. Yep.
Yeah. Fortunately, Shani is already back. She's monetized and she has memberships on her
Oh, I
channel.
know.
I
I was
saw that
Wait,
so
this
I
morning.
thought she got banned.
She did.
He
Hey,
did.
Natural Ginger. So how did Shani get back? What?
I have no idea, but literally, I can show you right now
There
that
is
there's a
no
join
God.
button.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm sorry. I am shocked
So
when I
Shani for
learned.
Christ has a channel that is monetized.
Yeah,
And Red is monetized too.
exactly.
Hi,
Red
Natural
is
Ginger.
monetized. I'm like, how? How do these people pull? Like, was it Hey Natural Ginger? I know her from Pulpy. Was it from Pulpy? But hey
Let's
girl, hope you're
see.
doing good. Um,
Shani.
was it? But oh my God, just
I don't understand. I thought like the band was what?
She
I gotta
slipped
look
through the
this up.
cracks, is what I will say. Like some people
mm-hmm.
didn't dot their I's and
Yeah.
cross their
Insert
T's.
crack jokes here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ooh,
But
ooh,
yep, her channel is now called The Cult of Shiny Lol.
child.
The cult.
Mm-hmm.
Look, no,
Bye
look.
bye, Sarah M. Thompson. Have a good night.
Cult of Shani Lull.
Yeah.
Apparent. Look, was it apparently she? And then what was so funny, right, was how she made Foodie's termination about her.
Yeah.
She was just like,
Exactly.
she's like, there's a void in my life. I'm so depressed and upset, and I'm sad, and I'm just like, are you
Mm.
really that upset?
Well, her views are so low that you're just not going to be paying rent off of 289 views, 975 views,
So true.
one
Yeah.
1.1K views. So
Nah, she
yeah,
ain't paying. I mean, she ain't paying no light bill. We know that much. But she
yeah,
has membership. That's the thing, right? It's
Hmm.
like, but don't you still have to hit a certain threshold even to still get money from YouTube? Who right?
yeah. You
Yeah, yeah, you have to hit that threshold every month for them to do a payout. So I'm not sure if she's
yeah,
hitting it or not.
and you have to have like 1,000 subscribers and X amount of view time before you can be monetized and
Yeah, so she
stuff.
got that over time because she was doing those 48 and no, she
Hmm.
was doing the 24-hour and 12-hour streams. She was streaming constantly. She wasn't even on Twitch. I'm not sure if she has Twitch still. I have no idea, but we'll see. She said she was making
Mm,
money months ago on Twitch. But both of them slipped through the cracks. They are indeed benefiting, but
Quick question:
YouTube has monetized them.
are they still together? Her and Red.
Yeah, as
Ugh,
far as I know.
ugh, God, Jesus, ugh. The one thing I wish she would do is get rid of him. I wish. That's the one thing that I'm like, Shani, just get rid of Rev. That's the one thing I
Oh.
would. Like, that's the only thing I wish you would do. Other than that, I'm like, girl, fuck you too. I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry
Mm.
for swearing. I'm so sorry.
The Buddha Bish makes a good point. Shani is a great example of BPT that has gas poured on it. Like basically, don't do what she does.
Oh
Hmm.
Which
yeah.
good
Exactly.
point.
Buddha
Of
bit. Stop lying. Talking about. But Rev is so charming. Lies. Lies. Ugh.
Right.
I thought she was leaving Red for that one dude.
Oh, G Man. G
That's it.
Man.
I thought she was leaving Red for the black man. Man,
Oh, that's another story that we can talk about
look,
for
I'll
another
that's a
day.
whole other live
yeah,
stream
I'll be
right
honest.
Yeah.
I've never watched Shani. I've never watched ALR. I've never watched Big Al. You know that Alex Rodriguez, Learning to Be Fearless. I haven't
Yeah.
watched any of them
Look, the
before.
only
Oh.
reason why I
Yeah.
know anything about Shani for Christ was because was it back when I was, like I said, back when I was still like doing my channel. So like basically there was, like I said, the whole debacle about them moving from Colorado to like across the state came about. I saw that a lot of people were talking about it, and like I decided to talk about it. It actually did well on my small channel at that time. I think it got like 500 views. I want to say on there, something
Hmm.
like that. But yeah, no, that was the only reason why like that came up, and then I started learning more and more about Shannon because truth be told, I had no interest in learning about her. Like I had no interest whatsoever. And then I had to learn about her because, again, whenever I learn about whenever I want to talk about somebody new, I tend to like do a little bit of a deep dive into who they are. And when
Hmm.
I started learning about who she is and the things that she's done, like, oh God, I'm like, it was just never like y'all think Chantal is bad. She
I
Chantal ain't got
think,
nothing on Shanny.
yeah, I think Shiny's worse in terms of what the bad she has done to her children and everything
Oh
else.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
no.
it broke my heart when that one guy went in and was videoing the filth those children were living in.
Oh God,
I
yes.
Yeah.
it did it broke my heart.
It was
Like,
oh yes, and it was
mm,
bad. Like, and she tried to
yeah,
play it off and say that someone went into the house and trashed it. And I said, no, honey.
Yeah.
You could tell that that was like months and months of
A
piss
build
on
up. Yeah,
and
years of
just
build up.
the filth on that bed, and there was no sheet. Like I said, my heart broke for those children. It really
like
did.
that was
Yeah.
the main. To be fair, I was surprised that CPS didn't get involved. I was surprised. I truly thought CPS was going to get involved after that.
I
Like,
think they have before, so she's familiar with the systems, aka she knows how to work the system once you've already
hmm
familiarized yourself. So I think that was part of it as well. Somebody asked, are they still the uncle? As far as I know, I think the uncle did kind of eat them out of there, and they were like with G-Man. That's as far as I know, but I can look into it. I haven't actually checked up on Shiny except for yesterday, of course, when I reviewed her video. But I used to do Shiny and Saji. I used to do like a double here and there because they would only do like 15 or 20-minute videos, and then I had to put the two together and blah blah blah. So yeah, maybe I'll do some more Shiny Sagittarius Shiny and Shiny for Christ if people are
oh
interested. You
God,
know,
look, please don't do Shanny. Look, can I just say, look, from a viewer, don't do Shanny, please, not Shanny. Shanny, I hate Shanny. Shanny makes me mad. And
yeah.
Shanny makes me feel like there's no God in this world. So,
Tina, I will do Live's Life
yes,
because there's gonna be a vacuum once Foodie Beauty is done. Foodie Beauty is right now like the Titanic. You're putting the pails and you're trying to get the water out of the ship because you think it's not gonna sink. She's at that stage now where she thinks she's gonna still do something. So she'll be kicking maybe around for maybe a month or two or three, and then she's gonna be like, yeah, it's really done. It's really over with.
I mean, honestly though, but like for real though, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of surreal a little bit to think that soon the that foodie will be done. Like this is gonna be
Yeah,
this is probably the end of an era. Like it really
yeah.
does feel like the end of an era. You know
And
Yeah,
what I'm
she's
saying?
leaving
Like
a
literally.
massive gaping hole where her Tom fuckery like took up so much of my time. I'm like, wow, what are we gonna do for,
hmm,
it's yeah.
I
yeah.
know.
We
Like
shall
I
see.
literally found myself today being like, what am I gonna do? Like, I mean, to be fair, like, I mean, we can only like watch the OnlyFans stuff for so long and the Patreon stuff for so long before it's like, people get bored, people move on. And I think like right now we're kind of all like scrambling, trying to get a little bit of something, you know, but Kristen, I know you're glad that it's the end. I know you're glad. Look, Kristen, I know. Look, I know, Kristen, you're glad it's the end, bitch. I know you glad. I know. But low
I
key,
just
I
hope she
stopped.
keeps
Like,
streaming. I hope like literally she streams until the wheels fall off the bus. Like she's laying on
but
that
the
Kenmore
wheels are all.
box. Yeah, just telling the world how she's
But Green, that bus is kind of coming. But that bus is kind of starting to break. That bus is halfway broke down. More than
mhm.
60% broke down. Like I mean, I
Mhm.
hate to say it, but
Yeah.
to think that literally it's the end. Like I mean, you got to remember, like I don't know how long y'all been watching her, but I've been watching this woman for like 4 years
Yeah.
on and off. At first, it was on and off because I was in a different community. I was like, again, I was more so keeping up with like, I don't know if anybody's familiar with like the world. I was into that for the longest period of time. With like the Jeffree Stars, the James
Hmm.
Charles,
Mhm.
all of them. Like that was my main thing that I was focused on for the longest period of time. But I would always, when there was nothing going on in the beauty world, I would come to Amber and Chantal. Tall. But then as the beauty world started to kind of die out, then that's when I more so convert over to Amber and Chantal. So the fact that now Amber and Chantal are kind of dead, and I'm like, fuck, man, now my backup is gone. Now
Mhm.
I gotta find a backup to my backup. Shit.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, it's 3 a.m. after 3 a.m. EST for me. I think We might
Yep.
retire this. We have to do this another time. Dre, it was a pleasure having you on.
Oh,
Please come
thank
on
you.
another time. You were
Oh,
amazing,
oh,
refreshing, and
thank
everything.
you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
anytime. So thank you everybody for joining us. We had at one point, I think, 300 or so people. That's amazing for this to be a second channel with that much people watching people talk. So that was awesome.
Well, I'll be keeping up on the Chantal verse and the streaming, so I'm always down to spill the tea from
Oh,
Yeah,
what.
yes, honey.
Yeah,
Spill all the tea,
yeah,
honey.
yeah,
yeah, or at
Mm.
least what I don't know how tea it is, but what Chantal claims to be the truth.
Mm.
exactly. So thank you
Mm.
everybody. Smash that like button, and I will see you in a few hours or a day or two or three. Thank you everybody. Thank you, Dre, Buddha, Openly Avoiding, Great Grebo. What else did we have on here? I think was that it? Did we
I
have
think that
somebody
was
else?
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Take
Mm.
care.
Good
Bye
night,
bye.
guys.
Have a
Night,
good
Bye.
one.
everyone.